Hello, everybody. Welcome to our trivia program. I hope you're all here to enjoy answering some trivia questions with me. We have a fun time playing our trivia game here. Here at Touchmark, of course, we play trivia with an official answer sheet. You don't have to have an official answer sheet. If you would just like to get a plain piece of paper to write your answers down on, that would be great. I do trivia a little bit differently. We do 4 rounds of 10 questions. So each round has 10 questions. I'll read the question twice, and then at the end of all the 10 questions, I'll go back and give you the answers. You can write your answers down. You can self-correct. If you live here at Touchmark and you turn your answer sheet into me, I'll give you a prize for participating. So there's no hard and fast rules with anything. You don't have to spell things correctly. If you don't know an answer, that's okay. I'm not the teacher. I'm not judging or giving you a grade on how well you do, but do your very best. I tell everybody to shoot for about a 50% average. If you can get half the questions right, you are having a good day and doing really well. So shoot for half the questions right, 50%. Write your answers down. Keep track of how many you get right in each round. And at the end, hopefully you've had a fun time and you've learned a little bit of trivia. Today, since we're coming up to Thanksgiving, I have thrown in some Thanksgiving trivia questions. So I hope that you enjoy those questions. All right, with that, let's start the first round. I'm going to read those 10 questions. I'll read the first question, repeat it, and then go on to the second question. So question number 1 is a Thanksgiving trivia question. Hopefully you all know it. So question number 1, under which president did Thanksgiving become an annual holiday officially? So question number 1, under which president did Thanksgiving become an annual holiday officially? That's question 1. Question number 2, what is the name of the rodent from Pennsylvania that famously welcomes Groundhog Day? What is the name of that rodent? So question number 2, what is the name of the rodent from Pennsylvania? So I want to know the town that famously welcomes Groundhog Day. So you know he's a famous groundhog. What's that famous groundhog's name? And you don't have to spell it right. All right, question number 3. What volcano destroyed Pompeii in 79 AD? So question number 3, what volcano destroyed the city of Pompeii in 73 AD? All right, question number 4. How many rows of stars are there on an American flag? That's question number 4. How many rows of stars are there on the American flag? All right, question number 5. What is the birthstone for the month of November? Traditionally, the most famous one. So question number 5. What is the birthstone for the month of November? All right, question number 6. What sort of a fruit is a Rome beauty? So question number 6, what sort of a fruit is a Rome beauty? All right, question number 7. What is the French name for a guessing game in which one player acts out a word or a phrase and other players try to guess what it is? So question number 7, what is the French name for a guessing game in which one player acts out a word or a phrase and the other players try to guess what it is? What French word am I talking about? All right, question number 8. What is the lightest wood that is used commercially? So the lightest weight wood that is used commercially. So that's number 8. What is the lightest weight wood that is used commercially? All right, question number 9. Jim Davis created what cartoon cat? If you get our Helena newspaper, you might know this. All right, so question number 9. Jim Davis created what cartoon cat? All right, and question number 10. In what Asian country, whose capital is Phnom Penh, would you find the ruins of Angkor Wat? Asian country. So question number 10. In what Asian country, whose capital is Phnom Penh, would you find the ruins of Angkor Wat? That's number 10. All right, so let's go back and review those answers. So question number 1, I asked you, it was a Thanksgiving one. Under which president did Thanksgiving become an official annual holiday? That president was actually Abraham Lincoln. He was the first one to officially make Thanksgiving a national holiday. We've been celebrating it since George Washington. He called for a day of Thanksgiving. It just wasn't official. It wasn't officially set or officially recognized. So Abraham Lincoln is the answer to number 1. Number 2, what is the name of the rodent from Pennsylvania that famously welcomes Groundhog Day? Puxatawney Phil. That's the name of the groundhog, Puxatawney Phil. You don't have to spell Puxatawney right, but I'll tell you how to spell it. Punxsutawney. You didn't have to spell it right. Puxatawney Phil is the answer to number 2. Number 3, what volcano destroyed Pompeii in 79 AD? That volcano was Vesuvius. Very famous. I think it's still spewing ash today. So Vesuvius is the answer to number 3. Number 4, how many rows of stars are there on an American flag? Well, now I'm looking to see if I have an American flag anywhere. I have a little teeny tiny one right here, but there are 9 rows of stars on the American flag. So there's 9. I don't know if there's 9 on this little one. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 9. 9 rows of stars on the American flag. All right, question number, I missed my thing. Question number 5, what is the birthstone for November traditionally? Traditionally, November's birthstone is the topaz, that golden, kind of golden brown gemstone. A topaz is November's birthstone. All right, question number 6, what sort of a fruit is a Rome beauty? A Rome beauty is an apple. For apple pies, it's an apple. All right, question number 7, what is the French name for a guessing game in which one player acts out a word or a phrase and the other players try to guess what it is? What is that game called? It's called charades. Charades is the answer. That's the French word that we're looking for. Charades is the answer to number 7. Number 8, what is the lightest weight wood that is used commercially? Oh, that lightweight wood that they use for like model airplanes, balsa. Balsa wood is what it is. So balsa wood is the answer to number 8. Number 9, Jim Davis created what cartoon cat? Jim Davis created Garfield. So if you read our Helena Independent Record, then you see the Garfield comic strip in that paper. So Garfield is created by Jim Davis. And number 10, in what Asian country, whose capital is Phnom Penh, would you find the ruins of Angkor Wat? That country is Cambodia. Cambodia is the Asian country that I was looking for. So that is the first 10 questions. Round 1 is in the bag. So get your pens or pencils ready. Let's go on to round 2. Round 2. I think I have another Thanksgiving trivia hidden in there somewhere. All right, so question number 1, round 2. What is 3/5 of 50? Oh, great, it's a math question. Okay, question number 1. What is 3/5 of 50? Write that down. Calculate it out, whatever you got to do. All right, question number 2. Which famous explorer discovered Cuba? So question number 2, which famous explorer discovered Cuba? Cuba. All right, question number 3. Oh, this is my Thanksgiving one. Question 3. What state raises the most turkeys? Well, you have 150 shot of guessing. You can probably eliminate a lot of them. So the answer, well, I'm not giving you the answer yet. The question is, what state raises the most turkeys? So that's the question. Number 4. Question number 4. How many players are there on an ice hockey team? On the ice at one time, on one side or another. So that is question number 4. Number 4. How many players are there on an ice hockey team? All right. Question number 5. LPG, or liquid petroleum gas, is mainly a mixture of what 2 gases? You thought it was just petroleum gas. So question number 5, LPG, or liquid petroleum gas, is mainly a mixture of what 2 gases? Write that answer down. Those 2 gases. All right, question number 6. How many straight edges does a cube have? Count them up. How many straight edges does a cube have? That's question number 6. All right, question number 7. Can you name the legendary Benedictine monk who invented champagne? Oh, thank you to him. All right, so question number 7. Can you name the legendary Benedictine monk who invented champagne? Name him. All right, question number 8. Another guy. Number 8. Which naturalist sailed in the famous ship called the Beagle and found the breakthrough island called the Galapagos? He didn't find it. It was already there. Anyway, number 8. Which naturalist sailed in the famous ship called the Beagle and discovered the breakthrough islands of the Galapagos Islands? What was the guy that found those? All right, number 9, question number 9. Apart from cheese and tomato sauce, what other 2 toppings would you typically find on a Hawaiian pizza? So number 9, apart from cheese and tomato sauce, what other 2 toppings would you find on a Hawaiian pizza? Write those down, 2 things. And question number 10. What company owns Bugatti, Lamborghini, Audi, Porsche, and Ducati? They're all owned by one parent company. So they're all car companies, if that helps you. But question number 10, what company owns Bugatti, Lamborghini, Audi, Porsche, and Ducati? They're all cars. All right, let's go back and review round 2. Question number 1. I asked you, what is 3/5 of 50? Well, that was an easy one. 3/5 of 50 is 30. You shouldn't have even had to do the math on that one. 30 is 3/5 of 50. So 30 is the answer. Question number 2. What famous explorer discovered Cuba? Cuba was actually discovered by Christopher Columbus. Columbus discovered Cuba. That's who. Okay, question number 3. What state raises the most turkeys? Oh, you're going to be surprised at the answer. I don't know what you guessed. But the answer is Minnesota. Minnesota raises the most turkeys. Thank you, Minnesota, for that turkey that we get at Thanksgiving. So Minnesota is the answer to number 3. Number 4, how many players are there on an ice hockey team? So at any given time out on the ice, how many players does one team have out there? They have 6 players at a time on the ice for each side. So 6. All right, number 5, LPG, or Liquefied petroleum gas is a mixture mainly of what two gases? So LPG is a mixture of propane, you probably got that one, propane and butane make liquefied petroleum gas. Propane and butane. All right, question number 6. How many straight edges does a cube have? A cube has 12 straight edges. I'm going to look here. This is my version of a cube. So you could say there's 4 on the top and 4 on the bottom and 4 on the sides. 12. 12 is the answer. All right. Excuse me. Number 7. Can you name the legendary Benedictine monk who invented champagne? What is the most famous champagne out there? Dom Perignon. My French is atrocious. I apologize. Dom Perignon is the answer to that one, to number 7. Number 8. Which naturalist sailed in the famous ship called the Beagle and found the breakthrough islands of the Galapagos Islands? That famous, famous naturalist was Charles Darwin. Charles Darwin sailed on the Beagle. There you go. Number 9, apart from cheese and tomato sauce, what toppings would you find on a Hawaiian pizza? I hope you know this. Hawaiian pizzas have ham and pineapple. They're delicious. I like Hawaiian pizzas. So ham and pineapple would be the answer to number 9. And number 10, what company owns Bugatti, Lamborghini, Audi, Porsche, and Ducati? Volkswagen. Volkswagen owns them all, apparently. I am not researching these questions. I'm Googling them and writing them down, so it could be wrong, but my computer said Volkswagen. All right, that is the end of round 2. We're on to round 3. Fighting a cold. Sorry. All right, round 3. Question number 1. Got 10 questions coming up. Question number 1. Who wrote Old Man and the Sea and is considered one of the greatest writers of the 20th century? So the question is basically, who wrote The Old Man and the Sea? And he's a great 20th century writer. I'm not a fan. Anyway, so that's question number 1. Who wrote The Old Man and the Sea and is considered one of the greatest writers of the 20th century? All right, question number 2. This is my Thanksgiving one. What was the name of the ship that the Pilgrims traveled on? I hope you all passed 4th grade and got this answer. So, question number 2. What was the name of the ship that the Pilgrims traveled on? All right, question number 3. When listed in alphabetical order, what country comes first in the world? It starts with A. Okay, so question number 3. When listed in alphabetical order, what is the first country that comes first in the world? What's the first country? All right, question number 4. Oh, it's another Thanksgiving one. So question number 4. The internal organs of a store-bought turkey are usually found in a little bag inside of the bird. What is the collective name for all those little organs in the bag? Which is kind of disgusting when you think about it, but that's question number 4. The internal organs of a store-bought turkey are usually found in a small bag inside the turkey cavity. What is the collective name for all those organs? All right, question number 5. What 1960s American pop group created the surfin' sound? So that's question number 5. What 1960s American pop music group created the surfing sound? All right, question number 6. Which childhood disease is also called varicella? So question number 6. Which childhood disease is also called varicella? You can vaccinate your kids for it nowadays. All right, question number 7. In the Catholic Church, how would you verbally address an archbishop? How do you address him? So let's see, what is the Pope? Is the Pope, you wouldn't just say, hey there, Mr. Pope, that you address the Pope a certain way. But the question is, in the Catholic Church, how would you verbally or orally address an archbishop? All right. Question number 8. What is the practice of creating replicas of animals from their own dead skins called? We have lots of them in Montana. Lots of people have it as a hobby. Not a fan. All right, so number 8, what is the practice of creating replicas of animals from their own dead skins called? What's that practice called? All right, question number 9. Lent always begins on what day of the week? So question number 9, Lent always begins on what day of the week? All right, and question number 10, what kind of an animal is a marmoset? Like what kind of an animal? Is it a cow or a horse? I don't know. So question number 10, what kind of an animal is a marmoset? All right, that's round 3. Let's go over the answers. Number 1, I ask you, who wrote The Old Man and the Sea and is considered one of the greatest writers of the 20th century? That author would be Ernest Hemingway. I'm not a Hemingway fan, but anyway, Ernest Hemingway is the answer to number 1. Number 2, what was the name of the ship that the Pilgrims traveled on? Like I said, you better have gotten this from 4th grade. The Mayflower. The Mayflower was the name of the ship that the Pilgrims traveled on. All right, question number 3. When listed in alphabetical order, what is the first country in the world? Afghanistan. It has AF. Afghanistan is the answer to number 3. All right, question number 4. The internal organs of a store-bought turkey are usually found in a small bag inside the turkey cavity. What is the collective name for those organs? Giblets. Have you ever had giblet gravy? My grandma used to make giblet gravy, and she would like cook them and chop them up, make gravy. So giblets is the answer to number 4. Number 5, what 1960s American pop group created the surfin' sound? Surfin' sound, the Beach Boys, Surfin' USA, all of that. So the Beach Boys is the answer to number 5. Number 6, which childhood disease is also called varicella? Varicella is also known as chicken pox. But yeah, nowadays you can get your kids vaccinated against that. So varicella is chicken pox. Excuse me. Number 7, how would you verbally address an archbishop or orally address an archbishop? You would refer to them when you're talking to them as Your Grace. That's like a duke. Your Grace. Anyway, it's Your Grace. Who is your excellency? Is that the Pope? Your Excellency? I don't remember. Anyway, Your Grace is the archbishop. All right. The next one, number 8, what is the practice of creating replicas of animals from their own dead skins called? That's called taxidermy. Yes, we do have a lot of taxidermists in Montana. So taxidermy is what that practice is called. Number 9, Lent always begins on what day of the week? Lent always begins on Wednesday. Wednesday. Number 10, last question. What kind of an animal is a marmoset? A marmoset is a little monkey. It's a little monkey. It's a monkey. That's the answer to number 10, a monkey. All right, that's round 3. Put that away. And we're on the final round. So our last 10 questions. Get your pens ready. All right, question number 1. In what sea would you find the Great Barrier Reef? I hope you know where the Great Barrier Reef is. So question number 1, in what sea would you find the Great Barrier Reef? All right, question number 2. This is maybe one of the last Thanksgiving ones. I think I have one more. So Thanksgiving question here. What state produces the most cranberries? This is kind of a trivial thing, so you might know this one. So number 2, what state produces the most cranberries? All right, question number 3. What is the longest line of latitude on the Earth? That's question number 3. What is the longest line of latitude on the Earth? Write your answer down for number 3. All right, question number 4. Pisciculture is the breeding and rearing of what? So that's question number 4. Pisciculture. So it's P-I-S-C-I, culture. Pisciculture is the breeding and rearing of what? A lot of people do it as a hobby. Okay, number 5. We're on question number 5. In the global finance world, what does IMF stand for? In global financial circles, they talk about the IMF. So, what does IMF stand for? That's question number 5. All right, question number 6. Dresden china, or pottery, originated in what country? So that's question number 6. Dresden china, or Dresden pottery, originated in what country? Okay, question number 7. Brothers Harry, Samuel, Albert, and Jack established which film company in 1923? So it's been around a long time. It's an old one. So question number 7. Brothers Harry, Samuel, Albert, and Jack established what film company in 1923? All right, that's number 7. Number 8. In Greek mythology, what are the 9 goddesses which inspire the creation of literature and the arts known as? There's 9 of them. So, question number 8. In Greek mythology, what are the 9 goddesses which inspired the creation of literature and the arts known as? The 9 what? I gave you a clue. All right, question number 9. What is the name of the shallow, circular, transparent dish with a flat lid that is used for the culture of microorganisms? This is for my scientists in the crowd. So, question number 9. What is the name of the shallow, circular, transparent dish with a flat lid used for the culture of microorganisms? They grow stuff in it. They grow germs in it and stuff. Okay, question number 10. Heliotherapy is the therapeutic use of what? So question number 10. Heliotherapy is the therapeutic use of what? That's number 10. All right, I have a bonus question. It's a Thanksgiving one. Bonus question for Thanksgiving. Which president was the first president to give a turkey an official presidential pardon? So the bonus question is, which president was the first president to give the turkey an official presidential pardon? Well, you have like a 1 in 46 chance, I'm guessing. So write a president down. All right, let's go back and go over these last 10 answers and the bonus. So question number 1, I ask, in what sea would you find the Great Barrier Reef? Well, you kind of know it's in, well, hopefully you know. It's north of Australia, so it's kind of in that Pacific Indian Ocean area. It's actually in the Coral Sea. The Coral Sea is the answer to number 1. Number 2, what state produces the most cranberries? Look, I'm wearing cranberry color today. That's what I'm doing. The state that produces the most cranberries, amazingly enough, is not Massachusetts. It's Wisconsin. Wisconsin produces the most cranberries. I didn't make it up. Wisconsin is the answer to number 2. All right, number 3. What is the, what is the longest line of latitude called? The longest line of latitude goes around the earth. The equator, it's almost like it's a trick question. The equator is the longest line of latitude. Latitude, they go up like a ladder. All right. Number 4, pisciculture is the breeding and rearing of what? So pisciculture is the breeding and rearing of fish. And a lot of times it's more people that breed them in their little fish tanks for aquariums, that sort of thing, a pisciculturist. They breed fish. All right. Number 5, in global financial circles, what does, IMF stand for? IMF stands for International Monetary Fund. That's a big global financial fund. Anyway, International Monetary Fund. All right, question number 6. Dresden china or Dresden pottery originated in what country? Well, if you know where Dresden is, that really helps because Dresden pottery is from Germany, Dresden, Germany, which was, I think, heavily bombed in World War II, if I remember right. So Dresden, Germany is the answer to number 6. Number 7, brothers Harry, Samuel, Albert, and Jack established which film company in 1923? So what company had a bunch of brothers? Warner Brothers. They were the Warner Brothers. So Warner Brothers was the name of the film studio that they established, Warner Brothers. All right, question number 8. In Greek mythology, what are the 9 goddesses which inspire the creation of literature and the arts called? They are the 9 muses, M-U-S-E-S. The 9 muses is the answer to that one. Number 9, we're on that one. What is the name of the shallow, circular, transparent dish with a flat lid that is used for the culture of microorganisms? It's a petri dish, where you grow mold and bacteria and all of that. So petri dish is what we're looking for number 9. And number 10, heliotherapy is the therapeutic use of what? Well, there's a clue in the word. Heliotherapy is the therapeutic use of sunlight. Okay, I could see that. Hopefully you don't get sunburned, but sunlight is the answer to number 10. And then our bonus question, last one here. Bonus question, which president was the first president to officially give a turkey a presidential pardon? So Kennedy was really the first one that stopped publicly slaying a turkey, but he didn't give one an official presidential pardon. The first one was actually Ronald Reagan. Ronald Reagan was the first president to officially pardon the turkey. So Reagan is the answer to the bonus question. So I hope you've enjoyed our trivia for today. Turn in your answer sheets to me. I will give you a prize. And I hope to see lots of people participating. Even if you don't turn in an answer sheet, I hope you enjoyed the trivia today. So have a great holiday, and I will see you next week.